In a world where oh, nah. Just want you to know. I just want you to know. I go na 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 na. Just the other day, I met eyes for a beautiful lady. She asked me her name, and I told her it's
Egyptian.
someday. Yo, that's how I mumble everything. Wait, hold on. Don't tell nobody. If I give it to you, I ain't it. Baby, you don't need to worry. She said, ooh, and I felt so right. I said, yes, my baby. This is the vent. I'm your host, Jay Hunterville. We got a Nerdsy in the building.
Hey.
We got Del Pesh in the building.
That was a nice little mini concert. But which artist was
That is
it? Egyptian.
Beautiful
Not
lady.
not for
Egyptian or Egyptian. Egyptian.
Oh, wow.
Whoa, what? Whoa.
Pronunciation.
Egyptian.
Yeah.
Not Egyptian.
Just Jim.
Egyptian.
You know what I thought about? Like the singles that like that's a whole different topic in itself. Like when it comes to like dancehall artists or whatever, which artist had the best debut song? But that's a battle in itself.
Their best debut song.
Debut song, the one song that you know that was a song that like, you know. But I'm gonna leave that alone. We're gonna come back to Toronto. Well, not Toronto. Welcome back to Canada. How are you guys doing? The weather's nice.
Yeah. It's a little chilly today, but
Allergies kicking my butt.
allergies are vicious. Yeah, they say it's stronger this year. Allergies.
That makes
So
sense.
they're way stronger this year.
My eyes are watering because of it and everything. I'm like, my gosh, I don't know if it's... And that's the worst part because you're not sure because of the weather, because it's cold, or it's allergies. And you got to battle between the two pills
Got
to
you.
try to take.
Yeah. I've been sneezing nonstop for like a week and a half now.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So, yeah. Yeah, man, it's
I hate it here. This is annoying, man. Some thick ass cotton, like not cotton. I said cotton.
The
Thick ass
pollen.
pollen, like.
But you know what?
so
You know,
annoying.
since it's getting hotter, things are opening up.
It's getting hot in here.
So hot in her. Hot in. I saw he's gonna be a rebel.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah. He was here earlier because of Division.
Yeah, so I think he has a concert here. I actually wanted to go to 50 Cent's one, Get Rich or Die Trying, the final, the final ride, I think it was called, or something like that.
Okay.
I want to go because he's doing Get Rich or Die Trying.
That's his best album to date.
I think that's his best album. I think it's his best album.
That's very
interesting. You say that.
I think so.
That's his strongest debut in like
To me,
the ads running behind that thing that hit like everywhere. You couldn't escape it.
that album single-handedly
What's on that?
destroyed Murder Inc. What up, Gangsta, Wanksta, In the Club,
That's a big
21 Questions, Patiently Waiting, Heat, Mini Man,
Yeah, that's
Many men.
that was his 50 Cent's best song. Many Men, yeah.
Like My Style. I think
Like My Style's underrated. Oh,
Bloodhound. I think G-Unit had a crazy run. They had a crazy run. I think I'll do a versus with somebody. G-Unit versus Dipset. I'll choose G-Unit.
okay.
I'll choose G-Unit.
Although Dipset,
Dipset had a crazy wave too.
That's the one with Santana?
Santana,
Dipset had Cameron, Jim Jones.
Santana's Town is the best reggae fusion rap song produced
I think
I've ever heard.
Dipset
Really?
anthem.
Hold on.
No, I think the Dipset
pulling
anthem.
something up, eh?
Dipset anthem. Hold on.
Is that, with the Sanchez sample, Dipset anthem was wicked.
It's one of those like if it comes up on my shuffle, I play it like 3 times in a row.
Everybody remembers because everybody knows Sanchez. Every Caribbean person knows. I swear Sanchez is coming here this summer too.
Oh shoot! Oh,
Coming here in June.
damn.
So,
To know.
but yeah, anybody out there, G Unit versus Dipset, you know, we can have a friendly little versus. G Unit's catalog versus Dipset catalog. I could go through 50 Cent's albums, Lloyd Banks, Young Buck. Remember, Young Buck's Stomp was crazy.
Produced by 3 6 Mafia.
Stomp. Who's
Stomp, Young Buck, Stomp, featuring T.I. and Ludacris. That's the original one. And that's when T.I. and
one's that
Ludacris, it's a song on the album, on Young Buck's album. Straight Outta Cashville? Yeah, Straight Outta Cashville.
Straight out of Cashville. It came out.
I think I'm thinking of another song.
Stomp, you're thinking Kirk Franklin.
No. That one's a good one, but no, I'm thinking of if you don't give it.
That's Young Bloods.
That's Young Bloods. That's Young
Okay.
Bloods. It's still around that same era though. It's
Yeah.
still in that mix. But
Okay.
Stomp with T.I. and Ludacris, and they were dissing each other on the track.
Okay.
And G Unit, and that's the thing. I don't think people realize the catalog of G Unit. That's 50 Cent, Lloyd Banks, lyrical, crazy lyrical.
Right.
Young Buck, Game's first two albums, documentary,
The documentary and
Tony Yayo.
Yeah. The You Can't See Me. Yeah.
Anyway,
Now,
yeah.
Now hold on. I'm gonna slip in just to play a little bit.
This is a Dipset.
How do you not like?
Oh.
And they're just doing this in the video.
Yes.
Yo, that one. Yeah, okay. If I'm in the verses and someone uses that, I might have to give them that round. I have to give them that round.
Yo, is that under? That under? Yeah.
It's a new day.
Like
Yo.
There's certain tracks that I don't know if G Unit can beat.
that's a very hard one.
Because
That
of the
one?
intro alone?
Yeah.
Yo, you
that
hear
one-
the whole one? Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah, you might lose that round. There's that song. There's Down and Out. Cameron's Down and Out with Kanye.
Down.
Down and out. Yo, we gotta play
Down
some
and
of
Out.
these. I think some people may not know
There's
some of these tracks.
hold on.
So.
There you go.
There's Joel Santana's whole I can't feel my face. Him and Lil Wayne. Oh, that's a problem.
Santana's time I like.
Rumble, Young Man, Rumble.
You got New York City. Welcome to New York City.
Yo, yeah,
Jay Z.
But hey, I think G Unit was still. I think anyway. They're there. There's a lot of things been going on in Canada. There's the what is it? 120 mayors or over 100 mayors. That's one.
Over 100 mayors.
Apparently,
50 something.
apparently-
Catch it 100.
Oh, this is sounding like John Wick movie. Like,
Apparently-
what's
apparently-
happening?
apparently, there's a dog running for mayor.
What?
Apparently, this is what I'm hearing. Everybody's running for mayor. It's like COVID vaccine cures at the time. Remember when everybody had a cure for COVID?
Yo.
Every man had a cure. Man was sniffing onions, boiling orange peels,
Ginger ale.
ginger.
Vicks.
Turmeric was on the turmeric.
Turmeric. Like,
Listen, tea,
dandelion.
multiple sources of tea. Yo, grass, everything.
Just grass. That's on the
Listen,
ground.
some people were drinking Lysol because it killed 99.9% germs. People were doing the most. Just
Even though
like-
it's coronavirus, not
Gin-
corona germ. But
Trust me.
okay.
And just like now, and yeah, but
Stupid. Man.
one thing that I would never think would happen is fights at Wonderland. Even though I'm not gonna lie, the fights do happen at Wonderland. I'm not gonna lie, just
That's the
I-
thing.
Yeah, but
remember-
it's more like butting the line type of fight. It's like, I've been waiting here for 30 minutes. These
that's a little mild. Yeah, that's
A mild fight?
customer service fight. Yeah, they have that, but like
yeah, but like
there's some fights that happen like outside Wonderland,
right outside.
parking lot
Keyword
maybe.
outside, but
you know,
inside.
But inside, like
The circle just forms, and he's like, "Oh, what's happening here?" You see two kids just.
That's crazy.
so according to CP,
First day this happened.
first day opening,
The
yeah.
opening.
So And then I guess there was ongoing fights. So let me
Dear.
according to CP24, police have announced a crackdown on disruptive and threatening behavior after a number of people were arrested during a chaotic opening weekend at Canada's Wonderland. While no charges were laid, a number of arrests occurred on opening weekend, with a spokesperson of the museum saying guests are kicked out due to unruly behaviors and altercations. On Thursday, York Regional Police said they will be relaunching Operation Beehive in an effort to curb some of its behavior. As a result, there are an increasing number of officers on the Jane Street and Norwood Avenue throughout the summer. Now, obviously it's teenagers,
Right.
because I don't see anyone over 21, especially spending all that money,
Just
going
To lose their pass?
to lose their money to leave.
Trust me.
If you're not leaving on your own free will, you are going to be upset. It's like $60 to get in.
right.
And then they add more money for the fast pass. And there's like 3 tiers for fast pass. 3 tiers to get in.
For super fast? Ultra
There's
fast?
fast.
And fast!
There's fast, faster, and fastest. There's admission. There's admit. Admission. And admission plus. And there's no food, snacks, meal, then course meal, like tiers.
Course.
They're treating it like it's
They
a
find you. They find you.
They're treating it like it's a university campus
I'm rolling.
like tier.
hilarious.
It's crazy.
You know, okay, before COVID though, something happened where there was even an uptick in the exhibition where stuff was happening like every exhibition, like around like 2000.
I would understand if things are happening at an exhibition. I would for some reason I don't understand it. For me, as a kid,
expand on that.
I just feel like something is going to happen at an exhibition because it's like, for me, there's always been an uptick, like in the terms of prices. Obviously, if you've been to school in the 90s, every year in the report card, you got a free admission to the CNE. From grade, from like kindergarten to like...
Yeah, from your...
Maybe like high school?
Yeah.
Yo, I wonder if I still have those.
You'd get the exhibition ticket. I probably don't. You'd get the exhibition ticket and you'd get like a Wild Water Kingdom. If people remember that. So there's going to be a generation nowadays that don't know what that is. It's crazy.
I don't think I've ever went to one.
There's going to be probably a whole generation of people who don't even experience a free admission to any of these places.
Yo, that's yo.
That is true.
I cry for you guys.
Yeah.
That's like.
So yeah, like I'm at the exhibition. I always remember something happening. Like I don't know. I remember a bunch of people were getting run belly one time because they were eating that burger.
Oh dear.
The cronut.
Okay.
Allegedly.
The cronut.
The cronut's a croissant burger, but the meat was not edible. Mans were getting sick.
Oh dear.
So like it might as well have actual crow in it, like the bird.
If you want to say that, that's sure. That's a crow meant for the croissant.
Crow,
Crow for croissant.
Nah,
But-
whoever did the branding for that needs to be
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
But like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Myself.
I remember I got sick, but I think it's because of the grease. I had
Oh, that's
the blooming onion. The blooming onion when they just chop down, they just deep fry it and then yam it.
Oh,
That was, yeah. But
You took a risk on that? Damn.
yeah, I did. I unfortunately did.
You took a risk on
And
that.
then everybody's getting scammed up. Yo, I swear,
Crazy. Like,
me and my lady, we got scammed out the wazoo
For what?
at the CNE. Yo, these games make you believe that you have faith.
Yo,
And that-
the car-
this is why gambling is a very dangerous thing,
It is. It very
There's the one with the what was the one that we were there for like a good 30 minutes? I said we blew like $30-40
30, 40
on games.
a game.
in one booth. 30, 40.
I remember one, Quatas, hey, come back with change. It was the one where the silver is like a silver ball, and you gotta roll it that it touches the other end, but it stays in like the middle.
Got you.
It's like a wave.
Yeah.
So it rolls, touches it, and it has to stay in the middle.
Right.
Brethren, the amount of times that we almost won that and believed that the next one was gonna win, we done off like a whole heap of money.
That's yo.
And for some reason the guy came quick with the quarters, quick with the change. They came because they know if you thought about it, it's one of those things that if you thought about like as they're getting the change and you're waiting that long, you'll be like, how much I spent. No, that man had the money ready. I think that's a part of the plan. So, yeah, go ahead. You know what I mean? And I remember we were just going. I was like, oh. All right, one more time. I was like, oh.
And the thing is, like, you're walking around the city right now. You're watching like commercials and stuff like that, and it's all this sports betting now. Twitch is pushing betting. There's a betting company called Kick, which also live streams that they're.
I didn't know it was a betting company. I thought it was just a streaming company.
No, they're based on the casino, the evils of society, as some would say.
Yo,
Where people just stay in the darkness with no light.
listen.
They don't even know what time of day it is.
I lost money. I see people lose their money. I seen, and the thing about it, only the person that worked there knows how to win. They'll be like, oh, this is how you just, you just throw these 3 balls in the bucket. 1, 2, 3, and then you get a toy. No, you try it. Balls going over here. Balls going over there. This is happening. Like, even the bar, you see those people when they're hanging on the bar?
Right, yeah.
And you think you just hold on for like, was it a minute or 2 minutes? You're thinking that it's easy. And a lot of people, they can probably do it.
Right.
Here's the kicker. The bar is moving. The bar is loose. The actual bar itself. So you grab onto the bar, it's going like this. As you sway, it sways with you.
Oh, shoot. Oh, okay. Oh.
So imagine now just that force now, that struggle, I guess.
Right.
Of all that
Adds to your
nonsense.
fatigue, yeah.
Yeah, that's how people lose their money, yo. They make it look easy and you lose your money. I see people failing, throwing their rings into the bottles. And the funny thing is, I can't even say anything because I just lost money throwing a silver ball. Over there, I'm seeing him hearing the clink, 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 clink. You don't even see not one ring of those red rings hit one of those circles. Yo,
That's like
done off their money. Man's have buckets, $200 bucket, and they're just flinging, hoping. And what if you fling it and then someone else flings, and whose ring is it? If they actually get it.
Or if it goes like this at once, who's gonna actually like? You have to split. You have to split the
And
teddy bear.
sometimes, even a little teddy bear, some games you can actually win, like the one with the plush and the water. You shoot the water and it goes up, and you win. Some people just wait till no one's playing it, and then you just be the one person playing it. So you're basically just buying the gift.
I mean,
You want to guarantee you could win.
Did they have I don't know if they have this. I think it's called pachinko. Or like plinko. So like you drop the ball and the ball just keeps like.
That's
that-
yeah,
you
that's,
just- you
what is it? That's the price of right, but they have something like that.
You're like, come on, hit the one, hit the no.
I feel like there's a system. Like I think the fairest Plinko game is at Price is Right. It's
That's
not.
hilarious.
It is not at the concessions. You're thinking. I think they're all angling to zero, especially when you're trying to get the million or the high one in the middle, and there's 2 zeros.
You're like,
Or
okay.
3 zeros, and you're just like, I'm gonna do it. You just clink, 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 clink. Oh, it's going, clink, 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 clink. No! And then you're just like, you see people lose it, bro. But
Yeah.
back to the fights.
I don't know, man. These youth today are unruly, man. Like there's.
I think it would be nice if there was a time where there's an age limit after a certain time.
Really? Curfew.
Curfew them people there.
So like after 10.
Crazy.
Like after 9.
After 9.
Like there has to be a day where it's like
At Wonderland?
21 up at
But I
Wonderland.
mean, would you really
Move
want
out,
the
tired
adult?
kids. Tired of all y'all.
I don't think
Get
the
out the
adults
way.
would be any better, though.
You guys are fighting.
To be honest.
You guys are fighting.
You don't think the adults would be?
No, they wouldn't be any better. 21.
Oh, cause
between?
because that means they're probably bringing out alcohol now and
Yeah.
all that nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't feel they're any
Someone
better.
drunk on the behemoth is not the greatest.
Young 20s are
drunk
probably
on the
more
beginning,
reckless than the teens themselves. Sorry to say it.
There'll be multiple fights at.
Now you're legal. You can do as you please.
I just don't understand the fights at the Wonderland, and they call it the land, and I'm just like,
I don't understand.
why people?
That's the dumbest slang I ever heard. Now we're going to the land still. What do you mean the land? Yo, no, like Wonderland.
I hope
call
I'm
it
saying it.
Wonderland.
I hope
Like-
it's. I hope that's. I'm saying it right. That's what I don't know if it's land or the land or whatever. But
We're
like,
going to land today. Are you
like
coming with us?
you people changing.
like, how do
you people changing the terms are the reason why people don't know what Caravana is. Call it the Caribbean Carnival, brought to you by Scotiabank. Like, move from here. We will call it Caravana,
I'm rolling.
and it has to be us to keep that name alive.
Wait.
It's not
There's a
Garden
lot
Center.
of-
It's Skydome.
There's a lot of things that have been
Yo,
changed
most
to
people don't know
benefit
that.
the masses of other people and to to reduce the confusion that other people are experiencing. Like patties, for example. What we know as patties is termed and coined as Jamaican patties because patties, to when it came and settled into Canada in its beginning,
It was a crisis.
was a huge issue because it was known as a beef burger.
Yeah,
Patty.
something like that.
So because if you said patty and you were referring to a Jamaican patty, they didn't know the difference that you were talking about. And that was a big hoopla.
They give you a beef. Oh, what this, man? This is a patty, man. We all give man. Yo, imagine. No, that's right. Yo,
Right? But bring that to today's terms and slang. We're now experiencing that as well.
What? Okay. How does the word cap mean you're lying? Like I know,
To this day, it doesn't make
I don't-
any sense. I don't know how
like
it
Riz,
relates.
like Riz.
I need to know the terminology of certain things.
To words,
You know,
yeah?
When did it change?
Just-
Why did it change?
Yeah.
Because don't they break it down?
That's cap, but I don't know what that means.
Well, like what's the full word? Like
Like,
Like
I
you're-
don't know. I don't know.
Riz. Okay, charisma. Like okay, that makes sense.
Okay,
You-
I did not. Wow.
I found that
Mind
out.
blown. Mind blown. I didn't know that.
Like oh, this guy is mad Riz. He has charisma, or she has charisma.
Okay,
I hope
but
that's
that
the term.
sounds,
I hope that's what it is.
that sounds like on point. Like
But
it's the
cap
same.
is like, nah, you're capping. I'm what?
Like
What does it mean?
cap, even with all caps, like exclamation mark. You know, the
That's cap.
emphasis. It's like, is this a lie?
For me, I knew I was out of the game when I found out, when I heard someone say, "You look like a Mayute."
Yo, that-
When I heard that, I said, "Okay, I'm old."
This sounds like Neopets right there. That's what that
Because
sounds.
Mayute.
Girl said Neopets.
Because I remember hearing, yo, listen to this,
Yo.
Mayute. Hey, yo, Mayute. But when the person said, "You look like a Mayute," I said, "Okay."
That's not how you say it. That's
Did you have to sit down? Don't think about it too much, too much.
I was just like,
too much.
and I thought about it as a kid. I'm like, man, these kids are living in a different life.
A
man.
weird world.
I was like, I feel like there's a lot of things that these younger kids are learning, which is good. But there's a lot of things that I feel like the world is just corrupted. These kids,
Yeah, like grammar. But yes.
not even grammar.
Like
I wonder what they're learning in school, yo. I wonder if they still have parent-teacher meetings.
They do. And also, if you want to know what they're learning about, a lot of it seems to be sex at a very young age.
because we learned about it. I can't speak for we, but
I learned about it
I learned
in
about it in
school.
grade 5,
5, 6.
Yeah.
5, 6. Yeah.
And even then, for some reason, we would just be laughing in class. It wasn't even like a serious thing. Like you hear about it, like, oh, oh, make sure you use deodorant. Deodorant was a thing. You have to use deodorant. Make sure you do this. Make sure you do that. Hygiene. All them sitting there.
Right? But that's different. That's self-care.
Yeah, but depending on
And
what your
clearly
culture
they
was.
don't teach that today. Like,
No, yeah, but I'm saying
there's too much garbage.
That's what I'm
obvious-
saying.
people on
We're
roads
talking
like
about
this.
genitalia before we
problem
can
is-
even apply some deodorant under our
Hold on.
armpits. Like, I don't understand.
I think a lot of people don't learn, like, based on our culture, you learn that from a very young age.
What?
If you-
Hygiene.
The hygiene, yeah.
Some people.
I'm
You know,
okay,
you have
okay.
to
I'm
say
saying,
it.
I'm
Some
saying
people.
in certain
Clearly, you have
cultures,
to say some people.
depending on
We-
some.
Some people.
have to
Because
say
we
some.
are learning that some people take 3-4 days before they actually shower. So
3 to 4 days.
I said in our culture.
Oh. I'm thinking Canadian, but still some people.
Some people.
Wait.
No, hold on. Remember,
3 to 4
we
days.
went through
Yes,
this.
sir,
We
yes.
went through this. There's
Yes,
people
sir.
that don't wash their scrub their legs. They let it run down like
They let the
commercials on
shampoo,
TV.
not the soap, the shampoo.
Shampoo doesn't wash your skin. that's specifically for your hair.
You're already-
And some
listen.
people let the shampoo run
already-
down their body, and that is enough
We already been through this, Delkash.
detergent.
There's people out here
wash their
that
body.
don't shower every day.
Yep.
There's
Every
people
3 to 4 days.
There's people out here that shower when they feel dirty.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
I don't know what even
that's
that
crazy
just
to me.
means
When they
Okay.
feel dirty. What does
on
that
a summer
even
day.
mean?
It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So just keep that in mind.
Man, a lot of white cloths will humble a lot of people.
I mean,
If I bust out the white cloth on road and just go like, take a quick swipe.
the white cloth is a humbling feeling still.
Talk about you shower. You shower this morning? You did. Okay.
Yo, listen.
Yo, I lie. You tell mine.
Listen.
You get your ass in the shower right.
Mr. Go beard!
If the
Go beard!
That's not even it, man.
Go
You-
beard a dirty skin dirty boy!
you
Come here, man! You're color all green! You smell like outside!
that's,
When you hear that, you smell like outside?
you smell. You gotta.
Yeah, I'm green. What the- Yo.
But no. Growing up, like there's a time like for some of us, like your parents would be like, yo, I think it's time you shop for deodorant, and then you would shop with your parents, and then they'd be like, oh,
Here.
here's a speed stick. That's a bad kind. Don't buy that.
A whole lot of Old Spice.
Or get an Old Spice. Yeah.
Old Spice.
Right? And you're just like, oh, okay. And then every time you shower,
put this
You put it
this
under your arm.
Put it on your arm.
You rub it under your arm, rub it so.
That's so funny.
And make sure you lock the cap when you're done.
And make sure you lock. Yes. Or the thing will dry out.
If you don't lock the cap, you're gonna beat. I mean, you're gonna like that.
I cannot.
Yo, it's just a different life. I don't know what these kids were doing then. It was
Like-
a different life. So like, based off what I remember, yo, for me, back in those days, I just remember everything was different. Like, one thing that struck fear in my heart back in the day was parent-teacher meetings.
Yo,
Yo, a parent-teacher meeting, bro.
sweating.
Nah, like that whole month when you get that slip that you have to give to your parent, and then it was like, oh no, oh no, and then you barely learn how to read. Like you learn how to read a little bit them time too. So you're reading it, and then you're just like, oh, the parent teaching me. You have the time to book it first.
Yeah. You gotta book it at a
You have to
specific
book
day
it at a specific day.
or time. Yeah.
Then
Yo,
you have the 2 days, and you're looking at like, and you're trying to remember your parents' schedule. Like, ooh, is she gonna be working? Oh man, my mom works when I'm going to school. Oh, is she gonna be here? And then give it to your parents, and you know, the worst thing is your parents are like, you have schoolwork. No,
Oh,
I will find out parent-teacher interview.
you know what you do? You go to your bedroom and
You start doing your crosswords.
you
You start spelling your thing.
right.
Like people don't have to deal with that situation anymore.
It doesn't.
But I feel like
It doesn't feel like I don't
certain
know.
things you have to deal with. I don't know if I may be wrong, but I think like it's just different. Like you know what it was like to learn math from someone in the Caribbean?
Yo, okay, for those listening, please tell me you grew up with that wooden thing. What is that called? Hold on.
Oh, the syllable, not the syllable.
Nah, bro. Nah.
was
With the little.
It was a wooden thing with
Beads.
the beads.
Yeah.
I had that.
I had that too.
I'm gonna tell you, like I
Yo,
wish
like I'm gonna show a picture for those watching.
sometimes I wish
It's one of the first tools of math.
the one thing I remember was when yo, there's certain math I was good with, but when it came to the multiplication tables, yo, and my parents or like someone Caribbean trying to teach me, it's like they don't say 2 multiplied by 2. They say 2 twos,
Oh, you
2 trees,
Oh,
2
you got-
trees,
you
2
got that
6.
one.
So I'm like, okay,
Abacus.
2 times 2 multiply 2, 2 and 2 or 2 add 2. Okay, 4. Okay, 2 and 8. 10. Read that boy. 2 and 8. What? 2 times you're afraid to answer the question, and that's when it was a humbling experience because that means you need to focus at class.
Right.
You can't come home not knowing the math work.
Right. What's interesting about the phrase, like, okay, what's 2 3s? It's not as. Now that I thought about it now, they're not wrong. They're like, no, what's 2 3s? What's two? They just say.
I know, but it didn't
It
click.
didn't say 2 times 3.
It didn't
Right.
click. 2 and 3.
What's 3 3s?
Sometimes it's 2 and 3, and I'm like 5.
3.
And then look at you, I'm like, parents. Yeah, no,
3.
serious. No, and then it's like
10.
yo, Billy have. I just see. Was it Negus Amar? I think his name is.
Whoa,
The man-
watch those ends.
The man said, "Yo," he did the skit when it's like, okay, 2 times 3 is 6, and then he said, "Yes, good boy. If Harry have 5 apple, and him get another 7." Wait, Harry have 5 and he get another 2 apple. How much Harry have? 20. This boy an idiot. This boy is an idiot. And like your parents will be cheesing like you don't even want to answer the question anymore.
Right.
You know what's the best part sometimes? When you got some type of math work and you ask them for help and they don't understand them like quadratic equations or something and they're looking at it like they're looking at it, they're like, hold on, let me see this.
This is what you're learning in school today?
Let me. Then how come you not studying us? Why you not pay attention to this now, man? You bring this to me like
Why you blaming me?
they're not gonna say that they don't know it. They're just gonna be like, why are you not paying attention in school?
But you don't know it.
Can you help me? No, you go sit down and go.
Ask
go
the
do it.
teacher.
Where's your example? Where's your example? Where is your example?
Yo, the example's real.
Where is your example? You know right now, no example.
Wait, growing up, did you guys do like algebra? Like,
Yes.
that shit is useless.
I did all. No.
Some people believe Pythagoras theorem is useless, and I
what?
Pythagoras theorem?
Just algebra
Okay.
altogether.
Pythagoras?
Trigonometry.
Pythagoras
Advanced
theorem? You don't know?
algebra.
Isn't that a Greek god?
A square plus B square is C square. It's for me, because I do
Hey, yo,
construction.
when you throw letters in it, man.
Yo, I used to get cheese.
They're actually called intervals, but
Why are you throwing
Inter-
letters?
what?
Why are you
Integers,
throwing letters
sorry,
in math
integers.
though? Well, I understand the formula, but why are you throwing letters in math though? Big A and small A
they
are
are
two different
supposed
things.
to replace the numbers. You can't have all the numbers.
Yo,
But that doesn't make sense.
you know what used to throw
They're
people
like
off?
placeholders.
I felt sorry. Yo, bedmass. Remember
Just make my
bedmass?
head hurt.
Yes.
Remember bedmass, yo?
Yes.
Oh, for our American listeners, they use PEDMAS. It's the same thing.
Head with a P.
Yes. Whoa. Take your mind out of there
I'm
a
not
second.
even there.
No.
What is the P stand for?
It's a Pythagorean.
That is
Whoa.
too.
Another-
Whoa.
No, it's
Right?
I don't know
Hold
what
on,
you're
hold
Because
on.
bed mass is
Bed
brackets, and then
exponents.
E. Exactly. Then division.
Bed, B-E, yeah, division, multiplication,
Multiplication,
and
addition,
this is
and
subtraction.
subtraction.
Yeah, yo, bed mass, B-E-D mass,
Right?
yes, bed mass.
Yeah. PEM.
PEMDAS?
PEM.
What
You
does
always
the
wanna
P
be
stand
different.
for?
Perimeter?
So what is the rule of PEM dash? Okay, yeah, parentheses, okay?
Oh.
Exponents, multiplication, and division, addition, subtraction.
Yeah, because I was about to be like very concerned. What does that P stand for?
Ignore the other P I said.
Ugh.
It has nothing to do with that. But let's see it. Okay, it's been.
I would prefer bed mass. Yeah.
Bed mass meant bracket.
There's BODMAS, not BODMAN. BODMAS, like brackets, orders, division, multiplication, addition, subtraction.
I
So
don't know about that life.
there seems to be.
I am unaware of that life.
I just know
Like-
brackets. That's it.
But yo, I remember just learning math
That's crazy.
and just being like, I don't even want to go to my parents about this because they're gonna see me struggling there because I'll be there with the pencil just trying to figure it out. Sometimes just to like, I felt like maybe it was my ADD or whatever, but me going to sharpen my pencil was a time to reflect. That's like like that's like someone working in the office. You know, they go to the cooler just to drink and just.
Yo, that may be a real.
I was doing that with the sharpener. Going to the sharpener. My pencil wasn't even. My pencil was already sharp. I just go over. I just need to walk and just. When they brought you remember when they brought the electric sharpeners into the classrooms?
That was a very. That's
The
a very,
worst. The worst.
You
Decision.
thought it was the worst?
The worst decision ever.
Wait, why?
It's a quiet class.
Because it's quiet class and you hear somebody just go and shave down the pencil until the very end. It was like,
Okay, you're
why are
a
you
little-
doing this?
you're a little
But
haunted if
sometimes
you
the
do that.
old school pencil sharpener, and that's the thing. A lot of people don't know about them days.
Yeah.
When you had to turn that, it's
Grind it.
and sometimes it didn't work. It's like. Mans don't know, like that's the thing. People don't remember these days. That's not everybody has the TV. When you know, you hear the TV.
Yeah.
It sounds like a train outside in the hallways of the class. That TV. And then, they're about to watch Magic School Bus
What do
in
you
there
mean? It's just the fact that the TV was pulled in or pushed into the classroom on a trolley.
with two kids. One holding the back, one in front. Yep.
With
Instead
the
of-
VCR.
Mans have projector. Mans
Yo, with the
two
VCR.
different type of projector screens. Now they have the high tech that you can plug into a laptop. Nope.
Yeah.
We had the
Bluetooth.
plastic. No, we had the plastic.
Oh, you're going way back.
The plastic. It's backwards. Whoops.
Yeah.
The light
Oh,
projector.
you have
The
to,
light
yeah,
projector.
You have to do one of those.
That almost caused a fire at my school.
they got smart
My
TVs.
classroom. I remember that.
Smart TVs.
Oh, they got
teacher
the
can- White-
whiteboards. Yeah.
Digital boards and stuff. Nah,
They
man.
can mark on them. Excuse me.
That was a tough time.
Yeah, man.
But then I feel like it helped us in some way.
Did it?
I mean, imagine that.
These kids are not going through that
A
anymore.
whole school of kids who are there's gonna be a generation of kids who are just gonna be looking at holographic, like,
Yo,
screens.
that's our grandkids actually.
You remember when you had to write everything off on the board? And you had to write?
Yes.
Wait,
And then the
Like-
teacher, like 3 blackboards. And she'll write on one side,
ooh, and you have to-
right the middle, right the end. And you have to get to the end before she erases the next one.
Right. Wow, it's gonna bring it back. You're like,
That was like,
Scribing.
wait, no, can you
can you stop it? No! Oh!
Get it off from somebody.
Why didn't you call it out before you erased?
Yo.
Get it from somebody else. Like, I don't like how they write.
Right? Because you can't read it.
Yo.
Trust me. Having to rely on somebody else who wrote faster than you but couldn't.
The finer things in life, man. Those are the
Legible.
finer things.
Wasn't legible
I remember
at
the
all.
struggle of going to the Scholastic Book Fair and not being able to get anything.
Oh, damn.
You walk around a lap and you're like, yo, I might just steal this big old eraser.
Yo.
See this eraser right here?
That's crazy.
This football eraser?
Crazy.
Look at this. Yeah, not the left and the right. Just
I remember, what else? There was a lot. That was, man, back then, we used to, like, all you needed for joy and fun was a tennis ball and a high wall.
that's literally it.
Red ass, bro.
That was not a fun game.
When you're throwing the tennis ball and if someone catches you, have to run to the wall before.
Before they get
They catch it.
That would be crazy if you play that. This like
get to the wall.
I just feel like the school that I went to that played that game, everyone was a baseball player, clearly. Cause
No, like some
some people were throwing and it was curving like soccer.
yeah, like,
yeah, like
it didn't make no sense.
Some people, you know what I used to be scared of? Like the people that come from Yad. Because they knew how to throw, yo.
Of course.
It was nothing to them. They're quick to pitch you in your head with a tennis ball.
that's
Crazy.
They threw stones.
Crazy.
And you gave him a tennis ball that's soft, that bounce.
But the hand still is heavy.
you know that's what I'm saying.
The
Yeah.
hand is still heavy.
Yo.
The way they come and take that
Yo.
With the spit,
with
yo.
the whip. Listen.
That's funny. But I don't think these kids know how to like. I think the generation is different. And the
But-
funny thing is, some people might look at our generation, the older ones, and look like you guys don't know anything.
Yes, this is also true. But then at the same time, can we blame the people coming up when we are the ones who are their teachers?
No, no, you cannot. No, you cannot.
We are their teachers.
A lot of people are being taught by screens
This is true.
which is dangerous.
That's a bar.
I think we saw the getting taught by a chalkboard, being taught in books, and we also see the side of getting taught in screens.
We're
So
like
we saw both sides of it.
three sides, if anything, yeah. Because it's like, the chalkboard, the projector. It's like the projector was there. No, it was chalkboard, then projector together. And then you said,
Just digital screens.
Digital screens,
Yo,
yeah.
do you remember? Yo, was peanut butter always illegal? Was allowed?
Illegal?
Was peanut butter always allowed?
To a point.
Like at one point,
There was a point it got banned.
I remember being allowed to bring peanut butter, and then I remember at one point you couldn't bring it.
Yes.
I don't remember what year that was.
It got banned.
Yeah, I know it got banned, but like I remember there's certain.
I want to say,
That's like contraband if you bought it.
After 2005, I believe. Excuse me.
that sounds about right. That
I don't
sounds
know.
about right.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the same year that they decided to remove teachers using red markers to correct
Why?
because it was an emotional thing, and it made harm to a child's psyche.
Some of these teachers were taking out their whole life on people. I'll tell you that right now.
Yo,
There's a teacher.
Red
There's a
pen.
teacher. I remember this. I just didn't learn. Had a hard time learning. I'm not the smartest person today, but I remember one time. You remember back in the day when you had to learn words, and you had to learn like when you had spelling bees, like spelling tests and whatever,
right.
and learning the singular or plural, and you had like crosswords. You make crosswords, your own crossword, you pass it to a friend, and they find it.
Okay, yeah.
So one time, for some reason, in my agenda, you have to write your agenda and your homework so your parents to see it, and your parents have to sign your agenda
Yo, that
that same night.
This guy's bringing it
Lord.
back, like, yo.
Lord. Anyway, so what happens? I kept writing crossword instead of crosswords. No, crosswords, plural instead of crosswords. And that teacher, she kept saying, like, Jamie, it's crossword, not crosswords. You gotta take the S out. For some reason, it just never clicked. Never clicked. And one day, I think she just had a rough day at home, rough day somewhere. And then she said, Jamie, that's not crosswords. Da-da-da. This is crosswords. Flip, like, fling all the crosswords. All I'm seeing crossword paper fly because she's passing it out, right? It's like, that's crossword. This is crosswords. All I'm seeing is paper.
Yo,
And I remember the time my agenda just watching it just flow. I didn't help her pick it up. That's one thing I didn't do, actually. I didn't help her pick it up. But I learned. I said, okay. The eraser, the Pentagon, what is it? The eraser instead of rubber. The pink erasers.
Pink eraser,
They
yeah.
didn't even have pink erasers. Nazis all white. Remember
Yes.
pink erasers?
Yes.
Remember
Those were
great-
so trash.
Remember going to
With
the
the pink one?
Yes, they were so trash.
what was it, the dollar store?
They kind of, yeah.
Remember they had a dollar store when you had the white eraser and the gray side? And apparently the gray side was supposed to erase pen.
Okay.
I didn't know that. Yo, I'm just bringing you guys back. Remember like markers with the lightsaber? You stack them all together.
Oh, yeah. I've done that.
It was the finer things in life. And now these kids are.
I don't know, man.
It's funny.
On
that
top
you
with
said
COVID too, like they gotta like
socialize.
the socializing got shot. Like
I don't
not
think that's only
not
kids.
shot, but like shot as in like
I don't think it's only kids, yo, because I think those 2-3 years of social distancing, like people are getting beat up with snakes.
Wait, what?
it was.
Animals?
No, someone had like a
I thought that was a belt. I saw it happen in Toronto.
like a guy had like a nice sized snake paws,
And they're fighting.
and the guy was fighting another guy in the street, and it
With
was-
a snake.
yeah, he was
live
hitting
snake.
He was hitting him like a belt, but
With the snake.
but it's a live snake.
I don't know if that guy was running from the pain or running from the snake. And then the cops pulled up, saying to her, hey,
That's animal cruelty right there.
of course it is.
No, but so I was looking at the comments of it. He got like 10 years, animal cruelty, assault. No, they put him away. Like they shot him down.
Out the jump, no trial, no date, just straight out the... Did they say out the, like... For real?
No, he had 10 years, man. He's in the bin still.
No, like... No, hold on. Like...
Not you trying to catch yourself.
Like, out the gate, like, just 10.
Well, probably because, like... Cause I don't think...
He had cases, but, like, I don't know if that's true, man.
No, because...
I mean, probably even also threatening somebody's life. The charges would have added up, right?
So, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
A normal assault... I don't know if it's true. This is all alleged. But you're telling me
Assault
that man
gives you,
boxed
like,
up
2 to
somebody
3
with
years.
a snake.
That's already animal endangerment off the rip.
How much is that charge? That's like 5 or something?
Okay, let's see.
This is...
Harassment charge.
Because I don't understand. Because it's like, how...
Harassment charge.
You didn't fight it? Like, I'm not saying didn't
So the
fight it.
maximum penalty is 10 years in prison.
Just for
For
animals?
harassment.
harassment.
Just
Wow.
for harassment. But
Oh,
there
I
are
thought
3
you said
types of
animals.
harassment. There's verbal, physical, and visual.
So that guy was really physical.
Cool. But like the animal, the snake.
Animal,
The live
animal-
snake.
Something like animal abuse. Now you get some time for that.
Animal abuse.
They really took like a...
charges.
No, but but
Up to 2 years in jail.
Mm,
Fines of 130,000.
Yeah, they don't play with that.
let me ask you a question. Random thought. If you
That's crazy.
okay, let's say you're in debt, right?
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
And they tell you, okay, to get rid of this debt, you gotta spend some time in prison.
How much?
Would you do it? If it was like a day or two
Oh, like a day or two then? Yes.
to clear your debt.
Yes.
Like, no. What if it was like, let's say you're like
Just a day or two.
200,000 in debt or something. Like, they have a scale that says you're in debt.
Yes.
You gotta pay the government
Yeah.
because it was obviously that's what it does. Like
Yeah.
they will send you to jail for that.
Yeah.
Like a lot
Like
of people will
fraud
be
or
going to jail for
evasion.
fraud.
Yeah. Tax evasion for another one.
Like child support.
Yeah,
Like,
child
like they
support.
know you don't have it, so just like go to jail. And you're like, but I don't got it.
It's not if you don't have it, they send you to jail. It's more like if you are intentionally trying to avoid it as much as possible and not take care of your children,
You're gonna
you
throw
neglect, then you're going to
me
jail.
in jail
Yes.
because I don't got it, and then I'm gonna come out, and then you're gonna recharge me again.
Yeah.
I never understood that logic.
What?
Sometimes when it's like, you know what, you don't have it, but you're gonna go to jail because you don't have it. But I don't have it. You're gonna get more time because you don't have it.
I mean, why do you not have it though?
I mean,
That's the other part,
that is true.
But this
right? If you're not going and seeking for employment, or you're not,
this ex-wife, she's asking for more than 50% of my paycheck.
well,
In the area I live in called Toronto, they're asking for 3,000 abajibas a month.
well, should have thought about.
That's not their problem. That's not their problem. A lot of times, like, you should have thought about the person. You're the one
Yeah.
that decided to marry.
Exactly.
Wow.
You decided to stick your pee-pee in this
You
BB.
made that decision.
So
That has nothing to do with us.
you
And you're
should
telling
have
us
figured
this
it
why.
out.
Yo,
Can you afford
yeah,
that?
these collection people.
Clearly not. I'm in jail.
You think collections people care?
Mm-hmm.
That's their job. I remember you say I won't be able to pay it this week. What do you mean you won't pay it? What are you trying to say? You're not going to pay it? Straight
Yeah, I don't like
straight
that.
To the gate. Straight to the gate.
That I don't like. It's like
Yo,
I'm
they
be
get-
able to pay
they
for
get
it this
very-
week. Is different from saying
I'm not paying at
I
all.
am not paying at all.
Come-
I have the intention to
Yo,
pay.
I swear
just
they play
right
some
now.
tactics. They do some tactics on people, you know.
The way I wish I could take my hand through the phone and grip some people around their neck because they start doing that nonsense.
And now because it's COVID, they need to collect.
They,
So
Yo.
they get aggressive. Because I remember
But they're not allowed to.
one time
Anytime.
a collection company called me, and it went to, like, the funny thing is, it was weird because it went to collection, but I was still able to pay the place. So I paid the place,
right.
but I think it still got sent to collection.
That sounds like it's insured.
Oh,
I don't know what happened, but I paid the place, and the place, boom, I could get my service or whatever it was back. But the collection called me about it. I was like, oh, you still owe us? Da, 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 da. And I'm like,
That's
well,
insured.
and I said, I already paid it. Said, you were supposed to pay me!
Whoa, rudeness. Keep that
Because
out.
that means they bought it. Yeah.
Keep that outdoor voice.
Energy.
Because and I think that's what it is. These people buy it. What do they buy the claim and then no, they talk it
try to
down
get
and
it
try to
back.
make it back. Because these people, what you pay for is not really what you need to pay for if you think about it.
Expand on that? No.
If someone can buy your debt and then they can go, okay, you owe $2,000, right?
Okay.
Pay $1,600 and we're clean. Was that thing that was $2,000 really $2,000?
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
But I don't know. Maybe there's another part of financial advisors or whatever knows how this game goes. Maybe that's just what it is. But to be honest with you, the collections. I haven't dealt with collections like that where they're aggressive. But I remember when
I have.
I was going through it.
I had a whole person scream at me on the phone.
Screaming.
I said, "Ooh, I wish I had a recording device for you. I wish."
I remember the one in the States when they recorded the man. The man said a rude message because the woman sent a message back saying that I'm ready to do a payment plan, but I guess she had an accent.
Right.
And then the man was rude. The man said, da da da, and I'm gonna call. There's gonna be some problem. And oh, by the way, it's not payment plan. It's payment plan. And it was just like, holy, like that is wild. It's like, are you getting commission off these people paying their bills?
Sometimes I think some of them do.
Yeah, they are. They really are.
Some of them do. Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like when it comes to collections is actually a good job. Unfortunately,
Wow.
Is it really?
it really is. And sometimes people go into it to get their own debts taken down.
Oh.
Well, I mean, if you can. I mean, if there's a way that you can do that, I'm not endorsing it, but
You think their life was on the line, though. That was the thing. The way they start getting aggressive with people.
I think that's scary when you just literally. That'd be a weird way to wake up in the morning. You're trying to pay bills and all that stuff. You look and your debt's just wiped. Like Jesus wiped the sins from like the earth and people like from sinners. Like what? Like white as snow. Like all my like you'd be like something's wrong. That'd be weird.
If everything's gone like that,
You
you wouldn't trust it. You're just like, nah, this is too good to be true. Nah, let me call my bank right now. Nah, this ain't it. They're like, no. They're like, no,
you're good. I wouldn't even call my bank. I'm like, okay,
you're just
What do you do at
back
that
to
point?
life. Back to life. Because a lot of people just work to pay debt most of the time.
This is true.
ooh, that's
You don't work to save. Save what?
Yeah.
that's true.
And unfortunately, the Canadian system has created that.
Yeah, they created to the point. Yo, listen. They created certain things. You know what? I'm starting to get real annoyed with. Really annoyed with these stats and where are they coming from?
Okay.
Where are these stats coming from? Like, when was it? Like, people are betting. I've heard this whole stat. Where is it? Let me find it. Where is it? I cannot find it.
Yeah, you were saying something about like Pierre Trudeau, allegedly.
Now, Pierre says, wait, hold on. He says that the government has lifted. Wait,
Justin, not
this is the same man that said, I did not force anybody to take the vaccine.
Yes.
That's hilarious last week. True, don't? I was like, what?
But at the same time, it's kind of like, technically, like, what did he, like, I didn't enforce you guys not to take the vaccine, my fellow Canadians. I've said that I wanted this Canada to be more safe. And I will ensure that Canada is more safe. I didn't say, you guys take the vaccine. I said, you guys be safe. And we will be taking protocols and mandatory decisions for you guys, my fellow Canadians, to be safe. Same man allegedly said, I don't know, maybe Bill C11 might block this pod. Who knows? But Pierre,
Say that, but
Justin Trudeau says his government has lifted 2.6 million Canadians out of poverty.
2.6. That's not a lot. Because what is that? That's like what, downtown Toronto?
Wow, that's
You can't even say downtown Toronto.
Because downtown Toronto is like what, 3?
Toronto as a whole is like 3, yeah.
So he got downtown Toronto out of poverty.
I mean,
Wow.
I mean,
Sorry.
They said TTC is the most effective transit system in North America. That's one.
I mean,
we got an award for it being what? The cleanest, I think? What was that?
Now here's my question.
I gotta be fair.
Yes.
Technically, they're right. Except I heard Montreal's is really good.
Most efficient, they call it. The
Most efficient.
Yeah.
What is the criteria? That is my question.
Like
What are we basing this off of? The labels? They're visible? Like what exactly?
Someone talk to you. Next stop.
Right? Is it
Brookdale
the
Station.
fact that we only have 2 lines in comparison to other places that have more than 2?
Why do we still have 2 lines though?
3. Sorry, 3. I forgot. One of the other subways up by Shepherd.
You mean the one they were building and then they said, nah, we're gonna cut the project and we're just gonna fill the rest of the tunnel
3.
with
problem-
cement and everything. We're just
The
gonna,
biggest problem I have with these things is where you getting your stats from. Like where?
I
Like,
mean, but it goes back to criteria. What is the criteria?
what is the criteria? And when, like, sometimes when I hear statistics, oh, this thing is more affected than everybody else in the society, and it's like, okay,
How?
where? Where is this happening? Where do you get your research from? And I think people are afraid of that challenge because when you check the research and you realize it's a skewed place because it's based off an agenda, or based off a take that you need to say. If you need to say Canada's residents are okay with the housing market, and then you look where is the housing market being taken from? Like Forest Hill, where the people already got it, or certain places where the people already got it.
right.
But the other communities that, like Marley, where you said that they're
Yeah.
gonna break down for condos
Yeah. That's,
and displace those people, allegedly, for what? And then they can't get back to the places because obviously everything's gonna be higher.
yeah. Yeah. And
Is
square
that your
footage.
stat?
And the square footage is smaller. So you had a nice space in your apartment.
But you probably may lose about 200 to 300 square
Square
feet.
footage, man.
A lot of
That's a
people's-
big deal. Like,
Yo, the things people are paying for like a little condo space, like the kitchen's in the bedroom.
which is the thing off camera I was showing you. Like
The
spot-
kitchen is in the bedroom.
Like you walk in. So the spot I was showing you guys earlier, like you walk in, there's 2 bathrooms. Yeah, that's cool, but then you go in the main room, the kitchen's bam, just right there. You're like, oh, okay, and then you get just that's it. So it's like, oh, so if I were to live here, I would have to put my bed over here. Maybe put a divider. Oh, I can't put a divider. There's like a big ventilation there. Oh, okay. Well, I guess my TV's gonna go here.
Put the outlets on the opposite
Like,
side.
right, everything's
You know
just
what I mean?
there.
A lot of
Like
these places, it's one of those things where it's like you can't even stub your toe.
you can't.
You can't even
stub
get
your
comfortable to the point that you stub your toe, because everything is just like
space,
pinched.
like or pin, yeah.
You stubbed it more than once. Or every step.
Have you noticed lately there's no chandeliers?
Chandeliers.
Listen, there's a lot. If you're
That sounds
gonna bring it
luxurious
back,
to me.
I
It
never
actually
understood.
isn't.
There's a lot of things I don't understand. Chandeliers, I'm not really understanding of that. I really understood the whole chandelier thing.
Hanging lights.
Hanging lights, chandelier. I never understood why. I don't know cultures, Caribbean culture. I would say the China set, the big dresser where all the plates,
And you better not touch those
and
plates.
you better not touch them plates.
Better not.
I don't know what pandemic you open the gates for those plates, but they're there. Olympic cups, McDonald cup, whatever cup that's like a old cup, it's in there and you can't touch. Go over there and try to touch it and see what happens.
It's history, man. It's history in your butt.
And, you know, to be fair, yeah.
It is what it is.
I think I have a 7-Eleven cup. I got a WWF
You know
cup.
how heavy?
Macho Man, shout out to you.
You know how heavy that is?
The hutch, yes.
Wait, he's not alive. Rest in peace.
You know how heavy that is?
Yeah.
With
those places
the
have a
whole-
weight, and that's the thing. Some of those places they probably have more weight than the places that we have nowadays.
We check out the
Like the cups. The
cups, yeah.
The cups are like maybe a 1/4 inch thick.
those mugs.
Now these things are like, yo, you drop them in the sink,
That's it.
Two-
They
like,
break. Yeah,
and that's it.
that's true.
Quality over quantity, I guess.
This
That
is
is-
again what we chose.
That's what we chose.
Mm.
That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
Or this could just low key be that all the resources are running out. But then again,
Oh,
that seems a
shoot.
little scary. But this is
Are the
why.
resources running out? Let us
This is
know.
why.
You know, it's a funny thing. And this is the problem I have because they were talking about the ozone layer back in the day. Mm-hmm. We need to recycle for the ozone layer. Cause
And up to now, have we heard about it since?
the ozone layer is fine.
I heard it. I
I heard it just grew back.
It fixed itself.
No.
Because people figure Earth is a living organism. So.
Yes.
And funny is when the pandemic kicked off, because for that time period no one was outside like that.
Right.
It just went and just.
So it says
this-
we are the problem.
And there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things going on in this world I just don't understand. Like, there's all these different statistics, all these different missions, motives, objectives, agendas, whatever you want to call it. But the one big thing that I realize is when you challenge or question, and you don't choose a side, it's a battle, it's a fight. You're a villain. Because you don't know any better.
I mean, that's textbook Bible right there.
Yeah,
if you're a
it
religious
is.
person.
It is.
If
It
you
is.
choose to sit on the fence,
You can't be lukewarm. Yeah.
You can't be lukewarm, but
you're already on the other side.
it's one thing if you knew what side is doing and the other side is doing. But if you don't know what side is doing and you say, hey, can I challenge it? No, you're a product. No, you know what I mean? You need to listen to me because the world listens to me. And if you don't listen to me, it's a problem. Because the world listens to me. But anyway, that's neither here or there. Let's get to this relationship question. Yep. Scare. Girlfriend's annoyed that I point out she expects things done for her that she doesn't do for me. I live with my girlfriend. I have been with my girlfriend for 2 years and we've lived together for a year. We split our rent and bills 50-50. When it comes to grocery shopping, we also split it 50-50. Then whenever we need something outside, such as milk and bread, I tend to grab it. I don't ask for money because it's small amounts. A few times a week, my girlfriend will ask if I will grab her some chocolate or a crisp, etc. I don't mind because it's a lot of money and I like to think she'll do the same thing for me. We went for a walk today and we needed some milk. So we went to the shop and my girlfriend got the milk and paid. She mentioned money that I had to transfer her for the previous night. So I started transferring it and then she said, oh, and add 50p's on it for the milk. So I guess it's a UK thing. I started laughing because I thought she was joking, but she made sure she was telling me, she should tell me because she was being serious. She asked what's wrong, and I point out all the things I buy for her when she asks, and she never asked for, and I never asked for the money, yet she can't even buy a bottle of milk without needing the money back. She argued it shouldn't be a problem because it's not much. I told her I'll transfer it, but I told her she can't stop asking me to buy her little things during the week now because it's very clear that it only goes one way so she can get it herself. She got annoyed and said I wasn't being fair and the things I get her are just little treats. I disagreed since if it was a treat, I would get it for her because I want to and not because she repeatedly asked. Does anyone have any advice on how to handle this?
See, now, the question here is, what is everyone's income? Because if she makes significantly less and he makes significantly more,
And it's splitting 50-50.
and they're splitting 50-50, she's always going to be at a larger deficit and a loss in comparison to him. So that's one. However, if they both make about the same, then
Pay
she
up or
needs
shut
to
up?
be fair. Yeah. She needs to be fair.
Okay.
And that's just what it is, right? But if there is a difference, like a significant difference in their pay, in their wage, then yes, everything that she does matters a lot. And every bit that she asks for back matters a lot because, yeah.
So literally the only difference is the wage, I guess.
That would be the biggest thing.
Oh, I wish they expanded more on like who made what.
Yeah.
Because I was just focusing on the gradiness of what he's accusing his girlfriend.
Sometimes I wanted to. That's
It's like the act itself. He's like, oh, if I want to do it, it's like out of me wanting to do it, which is fair.
Right.
What he said is fair. You know,
But you, on the other hand,
you wouldn't do it. But then if she's not doing it because she can't afford it, makes sense, right? She can't afford to do so.
Yeah, because he didn't talk about how much they made together.
Right.
Yikes.
So that's what that sounds like to me. I can't really say anything. The fact that you guys are splitting half and half on everything. And then on top of it, the other part is consumption. How much do you eat? Because it seems like she's regularly getting the milk and the bread. So I don't know what that means.
because it said what 50p.
Yeah, he's making. I don't know how much that is, but I guess he's saying he's been making a certain amount. I guess.
Seems like a lot.
You know what I thought about? The only thing that came to my mind when it came to me is if let's say they both make the same.
Right.
Who's spending what? Because they pay everything 50-50, but for their own leisure, who's saving the most?
Right.
I guess after your luxurious things or whatever.
50 P's is like 85 cents Canadian.
Also throw. So when she said throw another 50p's, it sounds like a broke couple. Like it's like.
Yeah. It's
No, you can't make that assumption, man. You can't make that assumption. Peas is a different currency, and it's probably like
No, but it's like she's saying like
50 pence. Okay, that's 50 pence. It's 60 cents. Let's say.
she's like throw an extra 60 cents on it, like almost like
maybe you need to round up the dollar or something.
But if it's 50 pounds, that's like $84.
what?
That's
what are you
big money.
What are you spending? What? Throw an extra 50 pounds on it? Oh, okay. Somehow, if you're watching this, let us know what the 50p means. Is it pounds
Yes. Is it pounds or pence?
or pence? Because like
That's a big jump.
Well,
throw an
sir,
extra $84 on it. What are you doing it for?
well, sir, I guess, in determined to this, I guess it all comes down to how much you make
And eat.
and how much you consume. I'm
Couple
assuming.
smoothies.
Trust me, people don't really realize. I mean, even just the other day, I've had a conversation with somebody, and about their eating, and they weren't aware of how much their stomach costs.
Okay. Now, please don't be.
That is funny.
Please don't be too personal. But
That is funny.
so like, what was their concern? Like,
I could do a conversion rate. So, like for me, yeah, because it would be a lot easier. So for me, like when I do my meal preps, for example, if I have five drumsticks, one drumstick
It's a day.
per day,
Oh, okay.
right? For that meal, right? They would come in and they would eat 2 drumsticks per day.
Oh.
So that now brings it 2.5 days instead of 5.
There's only 2 drumsticks on a chicken.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right? So like now if the both of us are there, obviously I would say, okay, there's 10 because it's you getting 5, I get 5.
Right.
But no,
Nah.
that gets completely switched around.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah, I
And
hear what you're
now,
saying.
you know?
Let me ask you a question now. I thought about this, but I don't know. I know it's stupid, but let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Like, when it comes to you and your partner, or when it comes to like relationships, when let's say you have there's 2 pieces of chicken, which partner, who gets the bigger piece of chicken?
I would give it to my partner.
Okay. is that like a standard, or is that something you would just want to do?
Um,
And it's like a really good chicken. It's like really good.
I guess
like
you could say
it's a really good
stereotypical.
chicken. Like
Stereotypically
Wait,
speaking,
Wait, emphasize that.
the stereotypical approach of me would be looking at it in the sense that guys eat more.
Okay.
So because the appetite is more, you get the bigger chicken. I'll take the smaller one.
Okay.
Even though in reality, my appetite is actually bigger, but I know how to stretch my food. And I know how to eat in a way that I don't feel hungry.
Oh, okay.
That's the thing. Some people, they don't know how to do that.
okay,
Damn, that's
Right? They eat cereal and then they have milk and then
because I wonder that, like, you know, sometimes the men usually gets the bigger piece of chicken or whatever. I wonder if some women would want the bigger piece of
Oh,
chicken.
of course. Hands down. Yes. I will say that right off
girl.
the
I'm
bat.
here to
Yes.
thicken you up.
Like
I
she
want the
she
big
wants the
piece.
wing,
I
or
want the thigh and the drumstick.
like
Oh,
she
wow.
want- yeah, like
$5
if it's a
main
leg
shots.
quarter and then there's a drumstick.
I
or
want
a
it.
breast, you want but you just because it's the man. Do you get like upset?
Wow, really? Wow, okay.
Sometimes,
I'm not trying to cause no problems in your relationship.
sometimes
I'm
the
just
word
saying.
sharing.
No, I swear to you, I am not trying to cause
relationship.
You know what? Because I think about it. Because I remember the one time I went to an event and someone shared out food for me.
Yeah. And they gave you a larger portion, eh?
No.
Oh.
Smart point. I looked at it and they said, "Oh, my bad," and then they swapped it out. But then I was just like, "Thanks, but did you intentionally want the bigger piece?"
Right.
You know what I mean? And there ain't nothing wrong with that. It's just like, I just wonder. And I'm not saying for, women or other people that get the small piece to get all upset and be like, "We want the big piece now," and go nuts. That's fine. But I just wonder. That's all I'm doing. I'm not trying to cause a problem with the men neither, no, or women.
I mean, it just goes back to appetite, right? Like,
Okay.
some people can eat more and some people can eat less.
So it's just like sheer logic of
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's again coming from a very stereotypical perspective, and I have to emphasize that as much as possible, because for me, I eat probably just as much as my partner, but like I said, like, I know how to make a meal and have my meal have different parts to it. Like, I'm not just gonna have chicken, for example. I'm gonna have the rice, and the rice is gonna probably have something with it, and it's gonna be paired with vegetables, and gonna be, I'll probably
There's
have
a
a soup
balance.
before that,
There's a
or a
balance.
salad, and so that all that adds to the meal, and therefore I will be full because of that.
Because of the fiber.
Right.
fair enough.
Fiber keeps you full.
Right? But versus some people where it's like they'll just have the meat and like a potato
Because I know
and then
this.
still be hungry.
Yeah, because I know there's some women that can walk with their gut, yo. Long belly. There's some people out there that walk long belly. Yo, I don't know where it goes, but they can nyam, yo. Nyam a food.
And you're like wondering, where does it ever stop? Ever.
Until
Seen that too.
No.
I remember one time-
Watch when the 40 hits. All of a sudden, they have like a Range Rover stomach and a Cadillac booty.
Nah, I went to
Listen.
Red Lobster one time.
I've seen someone who
This
did
is
not have
years
that
ago.
still
Like,
ended
years
up
ago.
having a forever gaping hole in their stomach. Like, it
Ooh.
didn't make sense.
That's a,
Shoveling food in their mouth.
I remember I went to Red
What's-
Lobster. One of my
Watch
friends,
the
one of my friends, we went to Red Lobster. It was like endless shrimp. And yo, at one point, she didn't stop eating, yo. And I remember, it was like my friend or whatever, but I remember just sitting there and I'm like, yo, you're not full? I tried to keep up. I could not keep up
It's just
because you're having pasta too, and pasta's filling too.
Pasta's filling,
in
yeah.
the in the whole endless shrimp. It was the pasta, the garlic shrimp, the breaded shrimp, and then at all the
that's-
time it had like coconut shrimp. They had like it was like a coconut time,
yo.
whatever. And this girl was yamming, and I said, "Yo, I want a
And-
yak."
Wait,
Because
wait.
I was like, dark, like when you're bloated, like full.
Can't move.
And I'm watching, and I'm there at the table watching. I'm just drinking drinks. And she's, oh yeah, can I get an Alfredo? Bro.
And she's eating it on top of the biscuit?
That's funny.
On top of the biscuit.
On top of the biscuits?
Remember, we already yam like 2 or 3
Plates.
plates of biscuits.
Because the two, yeah, yeah,
2
yeah.
to the each, so 6 all together.
6, yeah,
and
yeah.
they're still rolling in the biscuits. We're dipping it in the honey and the honey, was it the garlic sauce and
Ooh!
like
Why haven't I tried that before? Yo, why have I not tried that before?
different. But like for a good 5-10 minutes, we're on a good run. But yo, at one point she Usain Bolt me when it came to like she turned Jamaican and just went off, and I was just like, man. I mean, at least you're getting your money's worth. Hey, it's endless shrimp.
I don't know. I've seen right with women like that. They'll be pinched or tiny, and then
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you another question.
non-stop.
Let's say, you know, how do I explain it? When it comes to like you going out to eat with your partner, do you actually? It's okay.
No, ask the question.
Not with your partner, like
Okay.
back in the day.
Just back in
Let's say someone decides to take you out on a date, or you know, someone's taking you guys out on a date. Ladies, you can answer this question too. Do you think about the budget when you order food,
Oh, okay.
or you just want what you want? Like, do you pick like I want the steak?
I do, because just in case, I don't want this person to embarrass me. I need to be able to have enough money in my pocket so I can buy it, if anything.
Wow.
So okay, okay.
Wow.
No, I thought about these questions. I'm thinking about these different questions
Yeah.
because it's come to mind. So it's like, let's say
I mean, it's the same goes if the guy is like, oh, I'm anticipating that she's going to eat this much, but then they anticipate too short, and then she eats more than, or orders more than what they were
So,
expecting.
Like shrimp girl. Then.
Yeah.
So when you order, when you order food, like, so do you order food with a mindset to be like, okay, if he doesn't pay for the food, I can pay for this food? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Wow.
I eat my stomach's content, yeah, but also my stomach's content to how much I can afford. So if today I feel like getting a steak and a rib and whatever the case is with a side of whatever, that's what I feel like. If
It's
I
just a
want
plus
lobster,
if the person pays for it.
Yeah.
Do you ask them, can I get this? Or you just say,
Oh
I'm
yes,
going to
I
get this?
do ask. I do ask. Because sometimes, somebody may have like,
You watch their facial reactions.
yeah,
Okay.
because it's fair, like maybe even I won't drink as much. I won't get as many liquors,
As much.
Okay.
because I know how I drink. So it's like, I'm not going to go and buy maybe 4 cocktails.
Okay.
I'll just get 2.
I would love to hear like different ladies' like opinion to that, because
Wait. So you throw them, but like if you're like, okay, first cocktail and ah.
Oh, I be getting shots. That's what I be doing. So
Wow. All right, second cocktail coming to me, blah.
Yep. Third one, big conversation. Yep.
And then blam.
Yep.
Fourth one coming in.
Fourth one, I let that one sit there for a little bit. Have a
Okay.
little bit more conversation.
And then all of a sudden,
Nah.
bam.
I don't go to turn to the side.
I remember,
Just bam.
I remember
wow.
I went to New York one time and I went to brunch for the first time
Oh, like-
with the mimosas
yeah.
and all that stuff.
Especially
and
if they're
people were
unlimited.
drinking and yamming food. Yo. And then you'll see some people, the friends that I went with, I seen this one person set up the whole table to drink. Like drink. Like heavy, like they're getting turned off mimosas. Cause she'll pour like unlimited. So she's like, oh yeah, pour hers. She'll probably drink half.
Oh,
And then pour, fill the top, drink half. Everybody else is downing their mimosas. At one point, everybody's like gone. But I'm not drinking like that either. So I see what she's doing. So at one point, she said going, yeah, everybody cheers. Miss her face, put it down.
What? Whoa, that's
And getting all the friends turned.
a little.
And that was a terrible
I
time
don't know
because it's
about
like,
that.
it was a terrible time because it was like, it's one thing to have like, liquor piss is a different type of piss.
It's very like
Liquor, we used to use the washroom with liquor, so it's different.
it's like laser like. It's
And
just,
New York
wow.
traffic. And New York traffic.
Oh.
So everybody's holding that on late traffic. Yeah, so I'll just leave that. I'll leave it to that. Nothing crazy happened. It was yeah, it wasn't fun. But
But that couple though. Yeah. Those are those two factors. If those
Yeah.
were there, then for sure. Does it say in the comments? No one. Not even a response, eh? Dang.
some were just like shared account, da, 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 and it's like
So other people were also agreeing with us.
shared account, some, and it's like. And
Oh,
then-
that's a good strategy. Shared account or
And then one
a
person,
joint account.
I'm always amazed of how some of your friends get so petty with each other when it goes to dinner and they start arguing over which one of them is going to pay half the bill.
That's wow.
Well, anyway, all the best to you guys. I wish you guys the best
I mean,
if you're still together.
Real dilemma.
I wish you guys the financial freedom to order whatever you like
Yes.
when you go to a restaurant.
Facts. Otherwise, if you can't afford it, stay home.
I'm not really a manifesting
or
person.
you can run out.
No one's running out.
No one's running out.
Yes.
But
No, we're not dining and dashing. We're over that.
no. I was gonna go to the washroom, and then when I put back on my coat as I'm coming out of the washroom, I was gonna look to the left, look to the right, and be like, shuffle, shuffle, shuffle,
We shouldn't be doing that anymore.
out the door.
We shouldn't be dining.
You'll
and
hear my boots on the sidewalk.
Nobody should be dining and dashing though.
I
Pes.
dip in the car, close
do
the door.
not- You do not. You shouldn't be promoting dining and dashing.
Keys are turned in the ignition.
Nowadays, it'll be funny because can you imagine the waitress like give you your bill, you're looking like, ooh, I'm about to dine and dash, and they're looking at you and they know you're about to dine, everything's okay, everything's all right. They're automatically judging you. You all right with the bill? Okay. Cash a card. I'm gonna get the machine. For
Right?
you.
They get it, and then they never
machine
leave
for you.
your
Or
side.
they probably already had a sheet on their hip, just
Just off the.
They don't leave your side at all.
we're not waiting for you to get for us to get to the machine so you could dine and dash out.
No, I just thought of something. Imagine you're supposed to slowly get up. Like, I'm just gonna use the washroom. Use the washroom, and like the waiter's just sizing you up a little. All right, where you going? Where? Hey!
No, I don't think they're
block
gonna do
it.
that. I don't think they're gonna do that.
Block your entrance.
I don't think they're gonna do that. I think the one waitress at the welcoming is the one to catch you on the dine and dash.
The host, yeah.
If the person said, "Hey, host," just stick a leg on you. I'm joking. But what happened? Like, my question is, what happens if you get caught on a dine and dash? Or you
go to jail.
What happens when you can't afford the food?
You shouldn't be there in the first place.
No, but like, no. But
I think
like,
some of it is they can't afford. Others is like, I'm not paying this.
No, but my
I
question-
got it. But
How did you not do the math while you were sitting and eating?
no. But here's the thing.
No.
That goes back to what I
What
said.
is the consequence? Because
You
I
go to
think about
jail.
Kanye West. It's like dishes in the back. You got to roll up your
You
sleeve.
get arrested.
either
'Cause it's tough.
either arrested or they're like,
What,
to the back.
You can't wash some plate
No.
for the bill.
No, it depends
On the restaurant?
Depends on the restaurant.
I mean,
Or you get the ultra ending where they're like, yeah, come in this basement.
mind you, there are restaurants that
All
if
body
you
shots,
can't
no
afford,
face.
yeah, like if you can't afford, then you can go into the back and actually do some volunteering. That's a restaurant, though. There is a restaurant that specifically does that. That is fine.
You get
Eat
beaten
there.
up. You get beaten up by someone called Ursula.
Eat there,
They
but
put on
don't.
gloves and hit you with the.
But don't put on your best jacket and then go
I
sit
just
down
ate.
and eat.
Oh,
Back on the ground.
Now you can go.
That's hilarious.
But that's kind of wild still. I always wondered that type of situation when you don't have the money. Like,
It's crazy.
They get you with the Ric Flair chop. They
Woo, Ric Flair is just-
they rip your chest shirt open. They put the bare chest out. They aim it. Blap! 50 times.
I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if that's the case.
And Ric
No
I don't know if
violence.
that's the case.
Flair.
I don't think that would happen at a franchise.
Franchise, no.
It's a lawsuit. Go to these family-owned
But I'm
places.
I was saying family owned.
Which I understand. You're robbing from the family. Which I understand. You're robbing from like a small family.
That's funny.
You deserve to get whatever that, if
Comes
you're
your
trying to-
way?
yeah, for doing them type of sitting there. But You know what?
Not condoning violence.
Not condoning violence, but every reaction comes a counter reaction. Was that Murphy's Law? Mm-hmm. Murphy?
I believe
Yeah.
so, yes.
Well,
Yeah.
you know. But I think we'll just wrap this up for today. You guys have anything to plug?
Yeah, you can definitely find my Instagram. And you can follow me at the Nerdzy, THENERD, ZZZ. And you can definitely follow my photography page at zzz.studioto on Instagram.
Delnijiro, DELNIJIRO. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. When I put on chapstick, everyone puts on chapstick. And that's about it, really.
Jay Hunterville on Instagram. Blue Pistols on Twitch. I've been too busy to post anything or do anything. But yeah. Yeah, you can find me there. Blizzard Boy calls pod us out. Yeah, if you have any questions or concerns, send it to askevent@gmail.com. Wait, if you have any questions, concerns, or you want to collab, send it to askevent@gmail.com or on EventPod on Instagram. We are on all streaming DSPs. If we're not, let us know. It's getting hot. You know, springtime is here. If you need to do some springtime cleaning, it's quite therapeutic. You should start. You know, put your feet in some grass, get grounded. I was told that it does stuff. Drink a lot of water.
Watch your step, though.
Yeah, drink a lot of water. What else can I say to you guys? In order to dream, you got to wake up. I think I said that last week, and I'm going to say it again. In order to dream, you got to wake up. What other motivation quotes that I can say?
Move like a juicy jumbo. Don't be a Vienna sausage.
Okay. And
Ask yourself profound questions.
That too, yeah.
and knife and fork a fight for dumpling. This is the vent. Thank you for watching, and we out. Peace.
Woo!
Wash your hands.